How's it going?
It's all right. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Happy Father's Day to everyone.
Happy Father's Day, for sure.
I still have to call my dad. I didn't call earlier, even though you told me to, because I figured he's probably was in church at the time. So I'll call after the show. Okay, guys? So get off my back. Okay?
I called my dad.
Get off my back, man.
And then my kid called, and I had to listen to my kid it sounds awful.
Why would you say such a thing?
I was on the phone with her for 45 minutes while she complained about the dentist.
Well,
anyway.
I think that's fair enough. You've done some dentist complaining.
I have.
She is your child.
She is.
So
for sure.
What's happening, everybody? It is Sunday Live Haul, and it is Father's Day.
It is.
Speaking of Father's Day, we just found out about somebody who's going to be not a new father, but a father once again, which I want to give a shout out to Joe and Angie.
Oh, yeah.
So Angie Cardona Nelson, she is one of my fellow Shine Award winners. I think she won like the big prize because she's super awesome. And they have a really cute little boy, Lucas, who's like 8, I think.
Yes.
But we just found out they've been keeping it on the down low, apparently. But we're going to break the news wide open to our tens of followers and watchers. They have a little girl coming next month.
Angie and Joe are going to be parents again to another little girl, Camilla.
To another
child. It's a little girl. Camilla or
Camilla.
Camilla.
So they call her Mila. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. All I know is that we're super excited for Angie. She's been an awesome, a really good friend to both of us. Mm-hmm. She's a great member of the eBay seller community.
She is. She's fantastic.
And apparently looks amazing pregnant. So
right.
Who knew?
Cutest little thing. Her husband posted this little YouTube video they had made, and it shows her in her full pregnant regalia, and she's really beautiful. Stinking cute.
Yeah. So congrats, guys. I know you're probably never going to see this video, but
I know. I don't think you should. I'm sure she doesn't watch our show. That's okay.
But Joe and Angie both are awesome members of the seller community. So we want to say congrats, and we can't wait to see really cute little baby pictures.
It seems like so many of our friends are having kids or grandkids right now. It's strange to me. So I have a lot of friends that are having children right around my age, mostly men that are like male friends of mine that are having their second go round with and second wives and things like that. So their wives might be a little bit younger because I'm 46. Let's face it. Nobody should really having babies at 46.
You're pretty old.
I'm pretty old. But I have my, a couple of friends that have recently just had babies, and I just love. I don't care if you flood my Instagram and my Facebook feed with baby pictures all day long.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want any kids, but I love looking at baby pictures and animal pictures. Show me your pets and show me your kids.
Yep.
I'm down. Okay.
Show me the pets and show me the babies and kids. I love other people's kids, and I think it's great. I am dying to be a grandma. My daughter told me I am stuck with the puppy and the kitten for now. I am a pet grandmother, and that's it for now. But yeah, I love seeing all the baby pictures.
Yeah, I do. And speaking of, so my oldest nephew, who has the first grandchild of my sisters, his wife is pregnant with their second, and they just had her baby sprinkle, was what they call it.
That's what she called it.
Well, no, that's actually a thing. She didn't call it that. That's a thing. When you have like a second baby shower with a second child soon after your first one, instead of being a shower, it's a sprinkle. Anyway, it was really cute because it was Breakfast at Tiffany's themed because the little girl's going to be named Audrey.
Yeah, it was very cute.
Super cute. Super, super cute. What are you making faces over there?
Because I had never heard of a baby sprinkle until now.
Yeah, apparently it's a thing. Anyway.
Those millennials.
So we just wanted to put that out there real quick, and we are going to have our regular show today, but do you want to talk really quick up front about the Reseller Remix?
Yes. So you see Team Money is in the chat there, and you've heard us talk about this before. So we have absolutely, positively, and permanently rescheduled our 3-day reseller conference.
I don't know why you would say that, because I feel like now there's going to be another pandemic.
There better not be.
And it's going to be your fault. If you guys remember, back before this whole pandemic thing happened, okay, we had this whole big event scheduled called the Reseller Remix. It was supposed to happen last summer, okay? And somebody said to us, like, are you worried at all about scheduling this with this whole COVID thing happening? And we're like, it's going to
be done by then. not going to be a big deal.
And now here you are making proclamations about how we permanently reschedule. And I feel
listen, no more plagues. I'm done with the plague for now.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
I do appreciate Teresa acting like she's really surprised to hear about this, considering she's planning it with us. But anyway, Reseller Remix. There's a link down below, resellerremix.com. It is the seller event that we had planned for 2020. If you remember last year, there wasn't going to be an eBay open anyway. And again, this year, there's no eBay open. And we were like, you know what?
There's an virtual eBay open.
You know what I'm talking about. Get down to
friggin'
semantics, man. Let me get to the point here. Bottom line is we were like, who needs eBay open? We can do our own thing.
That's right.
So we got the Reseller Remix, and we have rescheduled it for October 19th through the 21st, which is a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We understand it's the middle of the week. That's hard for some people. But if you know anything about planning any kind of event like this, good luck trying to make it happen on a weekend and not cost $1 million, particularly in Vegas.
Exactly. Conferences in general, if you've ever been to business conferences or eBay Open, they are always in the middle of the week. It is a business conference, and business happens during the week. Now, what we do have it ending on Thursday night, which means you can always either begin your week off right partying in Vegas or end your week partying in Vegas and extend your stay.
Yeah. The other nice part, though, about it being in the middle of the week is that anytime you're flying in and out of Vegas, if you fly with the normal partiers at the beginning of the weekend into Vegas and then at the end of the weekend out of Vegas, it can be tough to get a flight that's affordable. But when you do the opposite, it tends to be a lot easier to get much cheaper tickets. But so we are going to, the plan is that we want the tickets to go on sale July 1st. We got a little work ahead of us over the next week or so to get stuff dialed in on the website. But if you do click on the link down below and go to the website and you haven't already put your information, your email address in there to get put on our mailing list, we will be putting out more information about that and getting the site ready to go. We're going to have a basic information on there as far as topics we're going to be covering. But of course, we're not going to have the exact schedule set in stone yet.
Much like eBay Open, we won't have a schedule set in stone by the time the tickets go on sale. But obviously, you'll know in advance of the event what the schedule is. But we will give you a few teasers as far as content before you buy your tickets. That is something that is a step ahead of what you didn't. I mean, that's not something you got with eBay Open. So we will at least do that. We are super excited, but we will let you know that we are not eBay. Okay, guys, we are not going to have a multi-million-dollar event.
What?
As much as we would love to.
What?
But we are only going to be selling 280 tickets. 280 tickets. That's it. So those tickets will go fast. They're going to go probably within a day or two.
I mean, I would say, yes, you want to get them as soon as possible. It's not going to be like eBay where they're going to sell out in a day or two. I would guess, I'm hoping they'll go in the first week, and most likely they will. But it's possible. You never know. We don't know. It's hard to say how popular we are with our tens of people watching us.
Well, between our Facebook group and this channel and our Instagram accounts and things like that, selling out under 300 tickets will not be that difficult, especially because as resellers, I'm pretty darn sure we are all hankering to get together as a group. Much like eBay Open, we all know it's all about community and gathering and networking. And we're going to throw in some good education. And hopefully you will learn something new and take something away from the event itself. That is our plan. We'll do the best that we absolutely can within our parameters and within our capabilities, being that we do not have eBay's bankroll. Well, and it's going to be fun.
And here's the thing. If you've ever gone to eBay Open, no matter how you feel about the workshops or any of the actual sessions that they offer, the thing that is amazing about an event that brings resellers together is that you get to connect with all of the people that you've gotten to know online. You get to feel completely re-energized and inspired by being around all these other sellers. It's hard to describe what actually happens at these events if you haven't ever experienced them before. And so we're going to bring that energy to our event, but I feel like also the content is going to be awesome too. And so if you are a reseller and you are ready, you need to be like re-inspired. You are ready to take it to the next level. If you think about what our boss group, the whole boss up mentality is all about, it's about taking control of your own success and your own business and your life. And I think you're going to come and you're going to gain some really amazing tools that you need to kind of take that next step and hopefully bring your business up to another level And I feel like we are the right people to kind of bring that to you based on our own experience and the people within our network that we can bring that have some expertise to be able to help you. Because obviously we certainly don't know everything. But I do think as sellers in our journey over the last few years, we have shown that we at least know how to take our businesses and grow them over time by taking some pretty important steps, which everyone needs to do if you are looking to do this beyond just a hobby or a part-time gig.
And you know what? Even if you are just doing it as a hobby or a part-time gig or as retirement extra income, and you want to just come and network with a bunch of like-minded reseller friends, then please come out and do it. I think we're going to have a lot of fun, and absolutely there is going to be lots of hugging, Kelly. There's going to be lots of hugging.
Yeah, this is why we were waiting to kind of get this set in stone and start talking about it again. We were waiting for everything to be 100% open here again. And so we're just really excited about having an event and getting to see all of our people. I will say, like I said, it's going to be a 3-day thing. Tuesday will be like registrations and content, some cool stuff going on. Wednesday, again, content sessions, hanging out with people, doing fun stuff. Thursday, same thing. And then we close up and have a huge party. I think Wednesday night, we're planning on doing a night out at Fremont, because one of the things that has become kind of a mainstay, at least of our group of people when we do eBay Open, is there's a night where we all go to Fremont to hang out and have fun. And it's seriously a blast every single time. Last time there was a proposal on Fremont amongst our friends. You never know what's going to happen. I believe there was a lap dance involved on Fremont. You never know.
There was a lap dance on Fremont Street and during our live show during Open last time.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to learn while we have a lot of fun. And just like Teresa said, anyone that may or may not be nervous about coming to an event like this, coming by themselves or coming as a first timer and not having met anyone from the reseller world, every single one of us started as strangers and many of us have become lifelong, very good, close friends. And some of us, more than friends, due to eBay and meeting in person at eBay Open and eBay events. So I am super excited to meet those of you that we have not met, and see all of our friends that we haven't seen in a long time, and give everybody lots of hugs. Anyway, I'm super excited about it. So I know that those of us that have been to eBay Open and eBay reseller events before, you guys, most of the people that are commenting they can't wait to come is because they've been to something like this before and they know how great it is already. Yeah. So that's it. That's
our little spiel.
Paula says, do we have to give lap dances?
No.
Yes.
No. All right. So no matter what, it's going to be a really fun time. So please make sure that you have your email entered in the website down below. There's going to be more information coming out this next week. I haven't sent out an email with that since last year. So if you're thinking maybe you've missed something, don't worry. I haven't sent anything out recently. But I will be sending out more info. And like I said, our goal is July 1st, that morning, to have the ticket sales go live.
We will talk about it again.
We will, for sure.
Probably ad nauseum between now and July 1st, because not everyone watches every video or checks in on Facebook every day. So we want to make sure that those are the people that are interested and want to be able to buy tickets have the information in order to do so in time. So just to let you guys know.
Yeah, very, very cool. So we're excited. And I'm loving that. I'm missing a lot of your comments on here. I'm trying to follow them. But I'm loving all the people that I know and love that are saying they're going to be here. But also I'm seeing a number of people that I don't know if I've met or not. And again, I'm terrible. Listen, guys, you may have met me before and I might not remember you based on your YouTube name. So please forgive me. But yes.
I'm way better with the names and identifying people and by their names than Katy is.
Yeah, so Mo, we'll be announcing all the information here in the next week, but we can tell you
it is off strip. It will be held off strip, and it will be held closer to the downtown area,
the Fremont area.
Fremont area. So those of you that are going to be booking hotels, you're going to want to look at hotels in the Fremont Street area
or wherever. I mean, it's based on how far you want to have to travel. But so what the D. What all is down in that area?
The D, the Golden Nugget, the Golden Gate. There's quite a few. El Cortez, Circa is the new one.
That one's probably super expensive, but since it is new and fancy. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be a good time. All right. So enough about that. Just be on the lookout, and we will be talking more about that. And also revealing in the next week or so, we'll be revealing more about like who's going to be there.
Yeah. Don't worry, Ohio Reseller. It's just because
that's the auto.
That was the auto reply, and that was our original date that it was supposed to be last year. So it
I
has.
forgot to update.
Someone
the
didn't
auto-reply.
change the auto reply.
Yeah. I have managed to update the website. I mean, I think that means something, right?
Yes.
Oh, poor little Lorna says Gimpy has entered the chat. Lorna hurt her. She thought she twisted her ankle, which she sort of did, but what really happened is she fractured her fibia, right?
I thought it was a tibia.
Tibia. Which one's the big one?
The tibia.
One of those, the shin bone area. All right, guys. Let's get to our actual show. Again, Sunday Live Haul. This is our show every week. I'm Katy. This is Vikki. I won't drag it out any more than like I usually do. But we break the show up into 3 parts. The first part, we look at our real numbers for the week. We look at our gross numbers across all our platforms. We look at our cost of goods, the fees, some of the other costs that go into that. If you watched last week, you know that Vikki had a rough time, and Vikki has redeemed herself and gone back to her proper position as the ruler of sales in this household,
as it should
leaving
be.
me back. I said the proper position. And so we'll look at those numbers here in just a minute. And in the middle of our show, we look at our sales highlights for the last week. You get to see some of the cool stuff that we sold, including Vikki's ridiculous sale last Sunday. That's pretty much like a third of her eBay sales for the week. Mm-hmm. And then the last part of our show, we look at our hauls for the last week.
On a quarter of my sales for the week.
I said on eBay. You guys, she just wants to be contrary all the friggin' time. If she would listen to the details, it matters. Anyway, a third of her eBay sales. And so our last part is we look at the haul for this last week, which Vikki hit. The bins, again, I actually went with her, but there's also some stuff from her previous bins haul that she got back from Crystal. And of course, I went to yesterday's Fits and did another big buy. So I got some cool stuff from there. And one part of my haul, it's pretty exciting. Vikki can back me up on this. I got a nice, tidy little stack of T-shirts that I think are going to make several of you go, what? Because even Vikki went, what? It's true.
I don't think I can reach a note that high, but sure.
Okay, you went, what? Like that? All right. Let's go ahead and share the screen here.
This is what happens when I bring her home an iced coffee.
I've been working on it all day.
Mid-morning.
It's 2:15. I'll tell you who's contrary. All right. Share the screen here. And let's look at my numbers. So you remember last week I did real good. I did all right this week. It was a mediocre week. Actually, today, it's one of those things where it's like I did okay this last week, and then today I'm actually having really good sales. Like I'm already over 300 for the day. But let's look at last week. 19 orders on eBay, 13 on Etsy, nothing on Instagram. You know, I've been keeping pretty active on there and keeping posts going up. 5.
I've been trying, by the way. I've been trying because of the Community Reseller podcast, or the Reseller Community podcast with Liz and Doug. Mm-hmm. They had this guest last week, Zing Pop Social, talking about social media, and I've been following along with the weekly thing. So if you follow me on Instagram and you see I'm a little bit more active than usual, it's because I've been following their weekly topics.
Yeah.
So their daily topic. And actually, it's helping me be a little bit more accountable for daily posting. So there's that.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. 5 grilled Mercari orders. Actually, didn't sell anything on Mercari, so just 5 grilled. So 37 total items going out. My eBay gross sales, $1,455.13. Etsy is actually getting back into shape for me. Remember, there were a few weeks where I was hitting like 200 if I was lucky.
Same.
$807.37. Again, nothing on Instagram. My grilled, $291. So my total gross sales, $2,553.50. And my shipping cost, not very high, $170.98. You can see the breakdown of all the fees and the cost there. My cost of goods, $405. And so my net total sales, I like to be able to hit 2,000, but of course my sales were down a little bit, so didn't quite make it, but $1,696.52. My gross average sale price, I really like to hit at least 70. I was real close, $69.01.
I would say that's in the neighborhood.
Oh,
Teresa would allow you to.
Thank you. But still, I want to hit 70, not just barely get to it and tickle its ass. So Yeah, you know it. And my net average sale price, $45.85. Oh, you like that? That make you giggle?
Ridiculous.
Does that make you giggle? All right, giggly McGee. Let's see how you blew me out of the water.
Bam.
Bam!
This was a good week, guys. So I had 41 eBay orders, 5 on Etsy, 12 on Poshmark, 1 on Mercari, and 1 on Facebook Marketplace, for a total of 60 outgoing orders. $31.73.60. My eBay is right where it's supposed to be, right around $3,000 a week. $609.89 on Etsy. I'm fine with that as well. Poshmark has been strong these past couple weeks at $584. $71 between Mercari and Facebook Marketplace, for a total of $44.38.49.
Whoa!
It's a good week. I'm happy to be around the $3,500 gross per week. So this is good for me. Shipping, $347. I had some heavy and hefty items that were shipped. eBay fees, $377. Etsy, $51 and change. Poshmark, $116. Mercari, $9. Total fees, $902.73. My cost of goods low at $228. My total net sales, $3307.76.
Nice.
And my gross average sale price, $73.97.
Gross.
So gross. So my net average sale price, really good at $55.
Oh, that's really good, for sure.
Because my cost of goods was so low this week. So I'm excited about that.
It's funny.
I took 2 days off this week for my birthday. You're right, Mo. I took birthday time off.
It's true. And it's funny because you had a few really high price sales, and that really brought your gross average sale price up for sure. I will say that Allison's very impressed with my gross average sale price. I'm just saying. She likes that number because she's sick and twisted.
I took birthday time off, and I took lots of Lorna time off the previous week. So I'm excited to see that my numbers are looking better, even though I took a lot of time off these last few weeks.
And I'm glad that you brought some stuff in because you guys, you know how we've been traveling and doing so much the last couple of months? Well, we were done. We were done traveling. And then this one over here signed us up for another weekend trip. And you know what? She's paying for it. And that's the way it's going to be.
It's true.
If you want to decide to make us go again.
Going to wine country next weekend.
Going again this weekend. This next weekend. Coming up. Anyway, so I think our numbers are all right. I think
so. Tommy asked a decent question on Instagram. How do you start without saying buy my stuff? So Tommy, I don't use my Instagram to sell anything. I use my Instagram to connect with other resellers and see their stuff and show off my stuff, and that's pretty much how I use Instagram. Now, at some point, will I use it to try and sell something? Sure. I do have a niche market of sorts with my vintage women's clothing, but I do think that there are a lot of Instagram vintage women's clothing sellers already. And it's probably more work than I have time or want to invest in it.
Yeah. I think it just depends on what you're doing. So like I have my reseller, Katy Zilverberg Instagram account, which I hardly ever post to because I'm just terrible overall with social media stuff. But that's like my account. It's more to reach out to you guys and other people in the seller community. And then I have my Boutique for Him Instagram account, and that's specifically for selling. And so it's pretty much like if you look at my Instagram, my posts are pretty much here's what it is, and send me a message if you want to buy it. So it is kind of like buy my stuff because that's what people who follow me are expecting because they know that I'm there to sell my stuff. What's going on over there?
I'm going to find yours so you can show like anyone that has not seen your. I don't know why.
Vikki, where are you searching?
I don't know.
You
where
weirdo.
I was searching.
Keep
talking.
Anyway, and so I think anybody can have an account like that, and there is, and I am hoping that we are going to be exploring some of that at the Reseller Remix, some of the social selling thing, because it is getting bigger and bigger, and now going into TikTok.
Yeah. So if you look at Katy's, this is what I was going to show. If you look at Katy's Instagram, those are her Instagram posts, and it's literally just T-shirts, T-shirts, T-shirts.
I mean, I should put a little bit more of myself in there, to be honest. Like, I need to personalize it a little more because that is part of the thing of social selling is that people want to know you. They want to know who you are. It's not just about your product.
Where mine has nothing to do with anything I'm selling. It has things I show things that I've sold, not things that I'm selling.
Again, because your audience is other sellers. So anyone who wants to sell on Instagram, I think it is really, you got to think about like maybe which... Like if
not the Rona.
Like if Vikki wanted to start one that was just for selling, she might want to focus specifically on women's vintage clothing, or it could be more just vintage aesthetic in general, which could bring in some of her hard goods, because you really do want to build an audience that's expecting to see stuff that they want to see and might purchase. Just saying. All right, so next up, we are going to look at our sales highlights for the last week. And Vikki is trying to encroach on my territory in selling cool vintage T-shirts.
Are you showing? Did you share your screen?
I'm not sharing it yet.
Oh,
I'm talking. So we're going to start this off and look at this cool shirt that she sold this last week, which I think is awesome. I love it.
This is a shirt that I kind of yoinked from under Katy's nose. I did get this at yesterday's Fits, and I accepted an offer for $85. It was already on sale for $97. I accepted an offer for $85. I think I spent around 10, maybe 15 on this, but at most 15. I think I spent 10 that day. And
I like this little guy.
This had never actually gone on the floor at yesterday's Fits. I bought this from the back room stash.
Yeah, this is when we did our big buy.
And I was pretty happy to, $85 out of 10, maybe 15. That's pretty cool.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
Vintage Mickey ink had a little hole in it and everything. And look at me selling things like Katy.
Look at you. Look at you.
Woot, woot.
Woot, woot. All right. First up for me, this isn't like a crazy sale or anything, but I picked this up at yesterday's Fits, and I think I paid like $15 for it. I'd never heard of this band before, but it was a vintage 90s band shirt, and I liked the graphic on the back of it. And so when I went to list it and did some research, it's just, maybe at one point it was more known in some music community, but it's like a hardcore band. But they're not even on, they're not on Spotify. There's not really any information out there. I was barely able to find anything. So they probably weren't very big, or only were for a very short period of time. And so I priced it kind of high, but I was like, whoever knows this band, somebody's going to come out of the woodwork and want it. And so somebody offered me $80, and they had in their little message thing, it just said, please. And you know what? Sometimes, occasionally that works on me. Only because I was like $80. There may never be another person that wants this shirt for more than $80.
They're that one fan, maybe.
Yeah, so I took $80 for it. But seriously, it was a $15 T-shirt. I don't know the band. Looked it up. It doesn't look like many other people know the band, and I sold it for $80. So not a bad quick flip. And it seriously was listed just a couple of days when I sold it. So it was a very easy quick flip. Ooh, what's this fancy thing?
Oh, okay. So I actually had this and another item that has sold already to show you in person. This I picked up at the bins. This is a vintage Ralph Lauren. If you want to show the tag to this.
And real quick, if you guys remember last week, I had teased that Vikki was going to show some amazing bins finds, but then it turned out she'd already shipped them off to Crystal to be photographed. She is going to be showing a few of those today, and a couple of them are already sold. So
yeah, this was listed on the other night, and it's sold within 12 hours of it being listed. And it's just a really, really pretty blouse. So it's tiny and it's a blouse. So it cost less than 75 cents for this from the bins. And it sold within 12 hours of listing for the price that you see there, $129.95.
That's crazy.
And it's kind of like this creamy, almost beige, yellowish, color. And that's the color that it's supposed to be. It's not, not age colored.
Yeah.
But I knew it would sell well, and I knew that it was an early 80s Ralph Lauren tag. You could tell it's made in Hong Kong. That was what I wanted to show the tag. And
I showed it twice.
Okay. So it's made in Hong Kong. You can see along the side, and it's just a really pretty blouse. I was really happy to find it, as well as the other couple of things. Yeah. So
Greg Dupage Piquer says first shot of the core drinking game. Man, somebody's gonna be real drunk today. I'll tell you that.
I know, right? So this was maybe 50 cents, and it sold for $129.95.
Very cool. All right, next up is the super awesome Raiders sweatshirt. I like it because it doesn't say which version of the Raiders it's from. I mean, it's from the 90s, so it's probably Oakland, but the later it's like 94, so it could be LA, Oakland.
Oh, I expected you to sell it for more than that.
You're so rude, you guys. I think she's nagging me right now. And I said neg as in N-E-G. Ugh, you're so mean. Anyway, this Raiders Flintstones sweatshirt, it's super cool. You know, the Raiders are in Vegas now, but they were just last in Oakland, before that LA, and before that Oakland again, or to begin with. But it doesn't have it's in really nice condition.
And it's not city branded.
And I paid that's what I just said. And I paid like $30 for it. And I had it listed at $199.99, but it was on sale for $139.99. And somebody offered $100, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sell it, because looking at the comps and stuff like that, yes, I could have sold it for a little bit more, maybe $125, but I don't think much more than that. But it is a really cool sweatshirt, so I felt like $100 was fair, and why not take the quick flip when I have an endless supply of stuff to pick up? Yes.
I just wanted to saw that Kara popped into the chat for a minute to say hello, and popping into the pool in hot Florida. I would hope you're in the pool. Get off your computer. Go enjoy the sunshine. You can watch us on repeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell Mike I said Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's go back to, what's your next one?
I don't know. What's my next one? Oh, Equestrian Core.
There you go.
I believe Jacob was calling this last week or the week before. I think I just showed this 2 weeks ago, if not last week.
You're welcome.
Katy picked this up for me.
Well, it was at the bins in Salem, Oregon.
That's where we got it. I knew it was a bins purchase. I just don't remember picking it up myself at the bins, so I had a mind blank as to where it came from.
No, I scored it for you.
This also sold within an hour of listing, within an hour or two of listing, which there are no buttons on the front of this cardigan. Buttonholes, but no buttons.
I thought she put buttons on for you, no?
No, because she didn't have any that were big enough, and
okay.
I told her just don't worry about it, because they can either buy buttons or whatever.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, this says right on there, no fabric tags, missing buttons. This brand is an indie kind of brand. It wasn't anything special. I actually have another sweater vest by this brand. So I paid what, $2 at the bins in Oregon.
Yeah.
It sold for that price you see there, $129.95.
Nice. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Equestrian Core. I
There
didn't
you
put
go.
that in there. I was kidding.
You should have. All right. Next up, you guys remember?
She's naked.
Why do you have to be so rude? Okay, quit body shaming her. Anyway, I just showed these t-shirts within the last month. I haven't had them for all that long. Just a few weeks ago, probably. I got this one and this one both at the same time from my friend Enrique on the East Coast. He's in New York City. He sold them both to me for $100. He actually had them in one of his lives he was doing on Instagram, speaking of social selling, and so I snagged them for $100. And they're pretty small. One's a small, the other one's a medium, but I think they both pretty much measure like smalls. And I listed them super high because Boris Vallejo, he does a lot of kind of fantasy art, and this one is Conan the Barbarian, and so I priced that one higher, and then this one I priced a little bit lower, but still they're pretty much in dead stock condition. And I have a buyer who clearly is following my store because he's bought like 5 or 6 things from me now, and he sends me offers that are completely very reasonable that I can accept right away, so I'm pretty appreciative of that. But he sent me an offer for this Conan one. He offered me $220, and you can see I priced it $280. And for this one, he offered me $135, and so I accepted those both right away. So basically, I paid $100 for these, and turned around and sold them for $355. Shipped them right out, and I hope he enjoys them. But they're just really cool. I think really cool pieces with
very
awesome graphics.
Very bright graphics, yeah.
And I don't care that they're kind of small. And see, this is the thing. Don't be scared to pick up stuff that's small, or even pay up for stuff that's small if you think there's going to be a good market for it. You can't go wrong. All right, next up for you.
Dun, da, da, da. Okay,
guys.
So here's the thing. I did not sell it for that price that you see there. This was something that I had picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. I paid $20 for it. I picked it up here, did some research. I talked about it quite a bit. The last one sold for around $1,000 about 5 years ago, and there are no others listed. This was not in good shape, as you can see. Completely roached out, water stained, smelled moldy, fallen apart. It is not moldy. There was no mold in it. But it's an advertising piece. And of course, I have sent out a lot of offers. So here's where I'm kicking myself a little bit. So I accepted an offer. There was an offer on this 6 hours after I listed it. Somebody offered me $1,800. And I said, crap, I am not going to sell this for $1,800 because I just listed it. So that means that there is there's a lot of interest in it. Over the last 2 months or so that I've had this, I have had almost no offers, but like 50 watchers on it. And I swear half of them are you guys. So if you've received an offer from me, that's probably why. So I've sent out offers around the $1,800, $1,700 range all along. No bites.
Yeah.
I had such a shit week last week in sales that someone offered me $1,300 and I took it. I paid $20 for it. I could have held out. I probably would have gotten closer to the $2,000 mark had I held out for it a bit longer. But I was like, you know what? I paid $20.
And that first person may never have paid. So you can't keep talking about kicking yourself. They might not have ever paid. And the fact that they never came back again tells me that they weren't necessarily all that serious about it.
Exactly. So I did sell it for $1,300. I had to go down to the U-Haul near us to buy a box to ship it in because I did not have an appropriate box. The buyer paid $50 shipping, but by the time I shipped it with the insurance and purchased a box for it, total shipping cost was about $75. So still $20 into $13.50. I'm cool with that.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, she got the money. She got the money, Nate.
Yep.
All right. Next up. All right, this is we're gonna look at some Etsy sales now. And this one, so the reason I'm showing you this is just because, you know, people talk about comps. They talk about like knowing what's selling, what's not selling. And I've said this before, we both said this. A lot of it is also just about instinct or just taking a chance. You're not necessarily going to know what anything is. So this one, I mean, it's just a t-shirt with a butterfly on it. And if you look closer at it, it says body change, soul never. It's some sort of private graphic art collection from 1996. I don't know what this is. I don't know anything about it. It's just a cool art tee, and it's nothing super
and
fancy.
Art tees are tough,
and
they're popular right now.
Yeah, but it's like you just never know what's going to hit. And so I got it. I think I paid $5 to $10 for it. I don't even remember exactly where I got it. I don't know that I got this from Yesterday's Fits. But I went ahead and, priced it relatively high, as I do. And so let's see what it sold for on Etsy. And, of course, I did have a sale going, 10% off sale going. So it actually sold for $62.99. So, guys, it's not like this is a sports tee or one that you can look up comps for. I just priced it high. I was like, I think there's somebody out there who will pay this much. And guess what? There was.
That's the story of my life and how I come up with prices.
Yeah. And so $62.99 for a used t-shirt. Dana was having somebody who was messaging her about her pricing on a shirt, and they were like, it's just a used t-shirt. And I've had those messages too. And it's like, yeah, except used t-shirts are super popular right now. Yes. So $62.99 from $5 to $10. And yeah.
This was a fun shirt. I'm not sure if I ever showed this in a haul or not. I may have, but this is a vintage. It's probably actually closer to late 80s, maybe even early 90s. It had the longer sleeves that you can see there. It's oversized.
Cool.
So one sleeve I showed rolled up in the photo there. If you go down to the tag, it's vintage. It's a Spree Sport.
Nice.
One of those very popular styles. It's a super bright pattern, and I've had this for, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so. I still love it. It has all different like casinos from different states and all kinds of like
Space Needle,
the Space Needle and Idaho and Hawaii and Las Vegas and Mount Rushmore. It's kind of like a travel t-shirt.
Who's traveling to Idaho?
Hey, Leslie and Jimmy live in Idaho.
Well, I travel there to go hang out with them for sure.
Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, so I had it listed for quite a while, maybe 6 months or so. And again, I paid $5, maybe $5. And it sold on Etsy for.
Let's get that number. Let's find out what she sold it for. I promise you, she's rolling her eyes right now. Do.
I am.
Woo!
I am with your ridiculous song. $129.95. It shipped somewhere. I think it went to France.
Interesting.
So they paid shipping. So I made a little
Ooh
bit
la
on
la.
shipping as well. So $129.95. Oh, I see Rhonda, Pink Diva Studio popping in. Nice to see you in the chat. If any of you guys know who Rhonda is, she is a fellow reseller that has a vlog and an Instagram channel, an Instagram where she does a lot of lives and interviews and things like that. As a matter of fact, I am doing an interview with her on Wednesday on her Instagram, on her channel. And so if you don't follow her now, go ahead and follow her, Pink Diva Studio. Also, and I saw Noelle pop in there when we were in the middle of babbling. So hello, Noelle. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Oh, there she is right there. Hey. Okay, so let's go to my next one. If you like cows, that's my little tagline. If you like cows, I've really gotten into cows, guys. I like selling stuff with cows on it. Every single thing, except a sweatshirt that I have, which is super, super tiny. Every single thing that I've gotten that has cows on it, so I swear it sells within less than a month. And so this is my latest cow acquisition. And this t-shirt, you can tell kind of from the pictures, it's super, super thin. It's that really thin vintage material that you can pretty much see
that really soft.
Because it's been like washed so many times. And so, yeah, the back of it's got cow butt and the front is cow face. And it says Vermont. And, I maybe paid $10 for this t-shirt. This is another one. I think I got it at yesterday's Fits, but I could have gotten it. We've gone to a few thrift stores in the last couple of months. So, but I didn't pay.
Bovine core. That's a good one. We need a shot for that one.
What about moo core? So I paid maybe $10 for this, and let's see what it sold for. But seriously, guys, people like cows. What's up with that?
People do like cows. It's weird.
So I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, it was on sale for 10% off, so I sold it for $62.99. $62.99. Again, paid $10. At most, I paid $10 and sold it for $62.99.
All right, that was ridiculous.
You shut your mouth. What you got here?
This is just a fun vintage 1980s denim dress. You can tell by it's got a little bit of bling on the pockets on the front. It's got the zipper front. It has these kind of these bell sleeves. It has shoulder pads. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It kind of has everything. And I'm looking at that photo that should have been cropped that you just showed, but I didn't see it before.
Ruh-roh.
All right, Crystal. Anyway, so it's size 7-8, which means it's a vintage. It's a small size 7. I love the look of denim dresses. I sell the heck out of them. I sell denim dresses from the 70s all the way through current. I just think they're so fun to accessorize. And it sold on Etsy for $79.95, but they also paid for shipping. This went to Norway. I've been selling quite a bit to Norway lately.
Wow.
So $79.95. Did make a little bit on the shipping to Norway because I used pirate ship, and this was a 1 to 2 pounder. So you usually make around $9 to $10 extra when you charge calculated shipping and use pirate ship to ship first class international.
Yep.
So I made, $90. My original cost on this was either $4 or $6. Those are the two price points for dresses at Deseret. And I'm pretty sure that's where I picked this one up.
Speaking of denim, I sure hope that for your haul today, you brought up that very special piece that you picked up at the bins.
I did not. I'll have to go get it. I'll go get it. Go ahead.
How could you?
I'll go get it.
You gotta go get it.
I will.
You guys,
all
seriously.
Right, you talk about this one. I'm gonna go.
But you guys, Vikki found probably maybe not the most valuable thing that she's found recently, but it seriously is my favorite thing that she's found in forever because it is spectacularly amazing. So I don't know how she forgot to bring it up for the haul, but she's running down right now to go get it. But for me, next up, guys, I don't know if you remember this t-shirt. It wasn't that long ago, but our friend Greg, who is in the chat, DuPage Picker, he was here visiting, and he was on our show a few weeks ago. And for my birthday, he brought me what every reseller would like to have for their birthday: free sourcing, free inventory.
Free crap.
No, free inventory. So he brought me like a package of like 10 t-shirts or so, and there were some real gems in there. And this is one of the ones that I thought was super cool. And honestly, it sold faster than I even thought it would. It's been listed for about a week now. And it's just a cool drums t-shirts. And I was like, you know what? The graphics, it's the content, the subject matter is really cool. The graphic is a little strange. It's kind of this funky,
I think it's
graphic,
cool.
but no, I like it for sure. But I thought to myself, it's going to take a very specific person with very specific taste to buy this t-shirt, and it sold seriously in like within a week of when I listed it. So as you know, as it was a gift, my investment into this t-shirt was friendship. And so I paid nothing for it, unless you want to count when Greg came to Vegas and shut it down and he caused the pandemic. I guess that is a high price to pay, but you know what? I'm okay with it. So I sold it for, it did not have a chance to go on sale. So I sold for the full price you see there, $69.99. So again, I paid a year of my life being shut inside. And sold it for $69.99.
He's never going to live that down, ever. Poor Greg.
For anyone who doesn't know the story, Greg moved here. We went out, and the next day, the entire country shut down. Anyway, but he is coming back to Vegas permanently, hopefully later this year.
And God, you better not come close to the reseller event because I don't know.
I think he said he's going to come early for it. But yes, he says consider the debt paid. LOL. That was pretty funny. So yeah, so I didn't pay anything for it. Apparently, Greg had this sitting in a box somewhere along with other unlisted stuff for at least a couple of years. I got it listed and bam, sold it for $70. So this should be a lesson. I mean, not that you can't have a little back stock, but listen, guys, you don't even know how much stuff you've got sitting in your death pile that's just waiting to make you some money. So get it listed.
It's true.
Or give it to me if it's something cool like this cool drum t-shirt. All right.
You were easily bought.
There you go.
Okay, so I actually have this to show in the haul today as well, which is redundant, but I couldn't, I would be remiss. Look at how beautiful this dress is. I picked this up at the bins. The bins, along with the shirt that I just showed earlier that I sold for $130. I picked this dress up at the bins as well. As we've been talking about, as I posted about in our Boss Facebook group, teaching you guys, we talk about cottagecore, and now we're making fun of everything as a core.
This is fancy cottagecore.
This is fancy cottagecore, Victorian cottagecore, as it were. This whole romantic Victorian cottagecore, hearkening back to very feminine clothing, is very, very popular right now. So this is a vintage size 7 from the early 80s. Gunny Sacks by Jessica.
Is that dead stock?
It is not dead stock.
It's
because
a paper tag, isn't it?
It is a paper tag, but it is not dead stock because there was some staining on the dress itself. But in any case, it could have been dead stock and still have the stain, to be fair.
Yeah, I just don't think anybody was wearing it if they still had this paper tag in the back.
But the fact that I got this at the bins, it was like Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I saw a little piece of the lace poking out, and this is a bin that had been gone through 3 times already. Little piece of the lace poking out. I did not know it was Gunny Sacks, but the moment I pulled it out, I sure did. Before I even looked at the tag, because I've actually sold one very similar to this in the past.
Let's see what it sold for.
It sold within a few hours.
You guys.
Mm-hmm.
How much did it sell for?
$299.95 on Etsy.
What?
So both the shirt for $130 and this dress for $300, and I still have one more to show you.
Yeah, you guys.
That has not sold yet, but is listed. All came from that same bin trip, and I am just in love with this dress. Now, to be fair, I wanted to say that this particular dress, that $300 sales price, that dress is not super hard to find. There are others. If you just look up vintage Gunny Sacks wedding dress, this is always going to be labeled as a wedding dress. So this is the highest sale price for that dress.
That's awesome.
And that is not an above average or a differently sized item. So the highest I've seen it sell for is about $225. So I had it listed for $300, knowing I would probably accept offers or it might go on sale. So I'm pretty happy to have gotten $299.
That's a very Etsy story, though. Like that happens a lot.
Yeah, Etsy is always going to be a higher price.
You're going to sell stuff that might take longer to sell on eBay or sell for less on eBay. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, most of the people that shop at our bins, Jean, are absolutely resellers. But the bulk of them that are there at any given time, especially during the day, are the bros looking for T-shirts, as we call them, the T-shirt bros.
Yeah. All right. So this is probably my favorite sale of the week because if you guys remember, I just shared this like a couple weeks ago. Poodle with a mohawk, guys. So I grabbed this shirt. Jesse was laughing the day before yesterday when I was there and I was telling him about selling this because he didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. It was kind of stained and yellowed, and he thinks he only sold it to me for $5. I think it was more likely 10. I know it was in the back room in a pile, but he gave it to me crazy cheap. And I only grabbed it because I thought it was hilarious. And then when I looked it up, I realized it was like this really well-known poster from this Real Comment Press in Seattle, this kind of alternative press. It had comics and stuff like that. And this T-shirt sells, can sell pretty easily for $100 and stuff. And so, of course, I priced it up. And again, I paid like $5, maybe $10 on it. And this is from 1985. And so let me tell you what I sold it for. And like I said, there were some comps on eBay, and I expected to sell it for I was hoping for at least 100. But it's sold on Etsy. Again, talking about Etsy here, 10% off. So I sold it for $179.99. So it was up for maybe a few weeks.
Yep.
And I sold it for $180. And again, I paid like $5-10 for it. And this is, Jesse and I were talking about it, and it was basically like, here's one thing that I got from crazy cheap and turned around and sold it for a ton. But then there's other stuff that I, definitely pay up for, and it all kind of evens out. So I do get some amazing flips even when I'm paying up for my product.
So I wanted to answer a question in the chat. Etsy does not allow you to send offers or receive offers, but you do receive offers in messaging sometimes. And if it makes sense, I'll change the price to accommodate a customer. But it's very rare. Most 99% of my sales on Etsy are for what the price is listed for. The other thing I wanted to say there, Kelly says, you can set up coupons to be sent out when someone favorites your item on Etsy. You can, and I've been doing that for years, but they don't usually get sent out. It's an automatic marketing tool that sucks.
Yes.
Etsy does not know how to make it work properly. It gets sent out. I get dozens of likes a day on my items on Etsy. I have, about 2,000, 2,200 items on Etsy. So I get dozens of likes a day. It's just like Poshmark. Well, Poshmark, you actually see it and can send an offer if you want to. But Etsy, it doesn't retain that information for you to do that. But also it will randomly send out maybe 10 a week.
It's weird because they charge you like 10% or 10 cents or something like that per one that they send out. And yet, even though I'll get favorites all day long, I'll get charged maybe 20 cents for the week. It's really weird. And then, but I did actually have one sale this week that was, I knew it was from that because it said like extra 15% off was the code or something like that. But seriously, it happens like once a year.
They literally send out like out of the hundreds of likes, they will set it automatically as a feature, but they'll send maybe 10. And I've never, ever had a sale from one.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
I've had a couple, but very, very rarely. All right. Next up, moving on from my cute little, just look at him for a second. Look at that little poodle with the mohawk.
That's not cute. That's an ugly ass poodle.
You'll never call him Fifi again. All right. What you got here?
This is just a Poshmark sale. So a lot of people sell seasonal items. I just wanted to say, I know we've talked about it here on the channel before. A lot of people focus on selling seasonal items that are in season all year round. They'll only sell Christmas at Christmas time. They're only going to sell summer clothing in the summer. They're only going to sell jackets and winter clothing in the winter. List your shit all year long.
Come on.
I've said it 100 times. I have sold 3. Yes, that's 3 fur coats between eBay and Etsy in the last week. 3.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know who the hell is buying these coats. First of all, especially since Poshmark is only US shipping. So somebody in the US needed this vintage fox fur coat in June.
Yep.
It's 118 degrees here in Vegas, but I didn't sell it to Vegas, but somebody needed
If you got
fox
it,
coat.
list it. If you've got it, list it. And that goes for Lorna, who's going to finally listen and go get that Gunny Sacks dress.
So
Gunny's sitting around for 6
yeah,
months.
I'm going to come to your house and list it for you if you don't, Lorna. Vintage Gunny Sacks and vintage cottagecore clothing right now is never going to be hotter than it is at this moment. It is having its moment right now. Do not wait 6 more months to list that shit. Get it out now.
Seriously. We were just talking about this earlier today. It's like, you buy stuff and then it sits for 2 years. And then by the time you finally list it, is it even as popular as it was when you picked it up? Probably not. So quit doing that. Quit it.
Don't hang on to things. It's not going to sell if you don't have it listed. And especially now that eBay has increased the items for each store subscription that you're available to list. There were so many people that were like, I'm not going to pay 1 penny over my subscription. I don't care if I have to sit back on 200 items. You know what? That 10 cents that you could have paid for that listing fee, your item could have sold and paid for it 10 times over. So,
and listen, that's not to say there's anything wrong with having some back stock to, just like when we had everything shut down, we didn't have anything extra to list. But you know what? It's one thing to kind of be a month behind so that you always have something at home to list. It's another thing to have sourced something 3 years ago and it's sitting in a storage unit while you're continuing to go outsourcing.
Listen, Cheryl.
That should never happen.
Listen, Cheryl. Yes, I'm talking about your Robert Graham shirts.
Stop it.
Robert Graham, the moment is over.
Somebody's got like a storage unit full of Tommy Hilfiger and Nautica shit, and it's never going to sell now for what it would have sold for 2 years ago. Anyway, all right, let's wrap this up. I've got one more thing to show. We're going to go to Jesus Core. You guys know how I feel about my vintage Christian T-shirts. I haven't even had this one for very long. I got this one at yesterday's Fits. This might have even been like from their $5 sale. I didn't pay much for it. I had to bleach it. There's actually other ones of this one out there available. And I just thought it was really cool because it's that 80s kind of surfer style, which is getting really popular right now. But then it's got the little Jesus fish and it's got the Bible verse and stuff. And so, again, I paid maybe $5-10 for this, and it sold on Grailed for $87. $87. So do not pass up a good Christian T-shirt that's got a cool graphic on it. They're going to sell
I never find
time.
Christian T-shirts, but you sell the crap out of Christian core.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Very, very cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get out of this. Bibbidi, 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 bop.
Oh, look, you have to look at our mugs again. Sorry.
Hey! Hey! Oh, you're pretty cute. Hey!
Mama Girl says, I just sold a Ralph Lauren puffer winter coat yesterday to Texas.
Nice.
Exactly.
Very, very cool. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about our haul for this last week. So you, because you send everything off to Crystal right after you get it. Luckily, we went to the bins yesterday. I went with you for the first time.
For those of you that are watching for the first time, Crystal is my lister. She does my she's my local lister. She's my friend. She was in the chat earlier. I don't know if she's still here or not, but Rosie's Closet, her name is Crystal. She has a YouTube channel as well, and she is a reseller, but she is also my lister for my clothing only. She picks up and drops off clothing every week, and she photographs and does drafts for me for the clothing.
Yep.
Again, so if you ever want to scale your business up, we have two very successful businesses that are kept entirely different. I could never be where I am right now if I didn't have help. And I now have a second person that I've hired to take photos only. So source out. You need to outsource the stuff you don't like to do in order to scale your business up.
There are different methods for scaling up your business. And currently for me, I'm still managing to grow my business while continuing to do it by myself, but there are limitations. Whereas for Victoria, because she's starting to hire people, that pretty much makes it limitless because you can just continue to hire more people and then continue to grow that way. I am going to hit a wall probably in the very near future where I'm not going to be able to grow any bigger without bringing somebody else in to do something.
And there's many different ways to do that, whether you're hiring someone to help you do inventory, hiring someone to do your shipping, hiring someone to do your sourcing. I don't necessarily recommend that aspect because we all like to shop, right? I mean, that's kind of the best part.
Pretty much.
I could never outsource my sourcing because I know what things are going to sell and what to buy. And the eye that I have, I cannot describe to someone else or outsource to someone else.
Yeah.
So listing, lots of people use virtual listers, virtual assistants, and virtual listing systems and companies. I personally, again, this is me, your mileage may vary. I personally do not see the point in outsourcing listing virtually because you have to take the photo, take the measurements, and send all the information over. You might as well do the listing.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. The fact that I have someone that physically picks up and does that stuff, there you go.
Yep. Okay. So anyway, so my point was that usually Vikki is so efficient that she'll get stuff at the store or the bins and she'll immediately put it into a bin, and then Crystal comes and picks everything up, and then we get to Sunday and you have nothing to show for what you sourced the week before.
Sometimes it's
but
true.
She has the stuff back from the week before. And also we went to the bins yesterday, and I went for the first time to the new bins here in town.
I may not have anything to show next week.
Yeah. So she has stuff from yesterday as well as the stuff from last week. But first, I think you should show us my absolute favorite thing you have sourced in forever.
So
I think it's so beautiful.
So I picked this up at the bins. Now I picked it up and I'm going to list it, and I guarantee someone's going to buy it. Now I don't know who the F is going to buy it. I don't know who the F is going to wear it, but I'm going to tell you, this is when upcycling is done badly. It is so ugly, but well executed.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I mean, well, there's actually a subreddit. It's something like bad taste, but great execution.
Like piss poor I don't know. Anyway, this is heinous, guys. We've showed things like this before, right? But I would not have paid $5 for this, but I'll pay $1.50 at the bins.
We've never shown anything like this before.
Oh, I don't know.
This is special.
Your Denver Broncos.
No.
Sweatshirt was
this is better than that. This is way better than that. It's
so
amazing.
This is a white sweatshirt.
Well, you look at the pocket, which is functional. Okay, right in the middle. You put your phone in there. Now you want to go. Wait, you're somewhere formal.
Oh, yeah, it's a functional pocket.
You're somewhere formal, so you want to be buttoned up. Let's say you need a little air. Let's say you need a little air. Let's go ahead and you were unzipped. That's inappropriate. But it does actually zip up.
This is the neckline.
It seriously zips up and buttons at the top. This is amazing. I think the subreddit is called Awful Taste But Great Execution. So ATBGE.
Yeah, Mom's been crafting again, Will says.
But when I say great execution, like seriously, it's
very
really well made. It is ridiculous, but it's so well made and so much thought went into it. And the fact that you can actually button it up, zip it up, there's a functional pocket.
Yeah,
amazing.
Special is the right word.
Amazing.
If you want to be sassy and have some cleavage on display,
just unzip your pants, man. Just unzip those pants.
Leah, every white girl on Pinterest. Yeah.
It's so good.
Good gravy.
Seriously.
Honest.
This is my favorite thing. It's so well done. I hope somebody buys this because. And I love the pocket. You can put your phone in there. Guys, somebody with skill put this
together. Kelly says, please, listen, Kelly, you're on. If this is still available, and somebody has not swooped in and purchased this, you remind me that you said that I will bring this for you to wear, and you will wear this as a Reseller.
So you got to price it high, okay? Because you don't want anyone. Seriously, it's amazing. It's so good. It's so good.
Honestly, it's heinous.
It's not even vintage. It's like on a Gildan tag. Well, actually, made in Mexico, Canadian fabric. So actually, this is probably
90s.
Late 90s.
90s. Yeah.
So it actually probably
Dana,
is.
what in the Utah Trailer Park is going on there? What in the crystal meth?
It's so good.
It's bad, right?
So bad. See, Teresa says that it's her favorite of anything you've ever picked up.
All right.
This is way better than my Denver Broncos.
You came here for information, and you are leaving with a creative crafting project of your own. I am going to price it high because it's redonkulous. So.
See, Tracy said you wear it to go see Buck Cherry, cleavage and all. Yeah, like really just like jack those boobs up and unzip it. So you got like the boobs spilling out of it. Oh, mwah, beautiful.
Good Christ. So bad. All right, now I'm going to show some actual items.
No, that is an actual item. Don't disrespect the vintage upcycling.
Here's the thing. I do have the matching pants that you can wear with it if you are so inclined. These are also, this was not from the bins. I got these at Deseret, and I actually paid up a little bit for it because I don't ever see these outsourcing.
What's paid up?
I paid $6 for these.
Whoa, getting a little crazy.
Right? Pricey, because I'm probably only going to get around like 40 or so for these. So 6 to 40.
I feel like somebody could wear these with the sweat.
That's what I was just saying. These go together.
They do.
So I found some, okay, and they're white, so they actually match. White.
Dead stock
stirrup pants.
There you go.
Because white.
Where's that sweatshirt again?
White stirrup pants are always the most flattering pants you can wear.
Let me see how this looks.
I mean, it really could.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that.
It could be worn
together.
At
it. Oh yeah.
But here's some dead stock. They have the tags on them. They were originally $19.99 in the 80s. So, these are some high-end stirrup pants.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
This is kind of the sassiest outfit ever. I will be selling them separately. But, the pants I'll probably sell for around $40 or so. If they were black, I think that they would sell much better. Unfortunately, they're white. But I've honestly, in all my years sourcing, I have never found a pair of vintage stirrup pants. I think people wore the shit out of them. I think that's what it was. They were just too worn and I got rid of them and never. Yeah.
Jacob says, I would rock that outfit at the indoor swap meet.
Jacob, I would pay you freaking money. I would pay money.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, these are pretty great. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have here? I picked this up at the bins. Actually, Katy found this for me.
No. I found that for you at
Deseret. No, this is also Deseret. Sorry.
Yes. But yes, I did.
Yesterday, Deseret, $4. Just some vintage 70s JCPenney. It's like Towncraft brand. We've got
gorgeous.
It's a gorgeous polyester leisure suit, cream and brown with the nice spread collar. This will sell easily. It's either going to go eBay or Etsy.
I would wear this while driving my El Camino, smoking a cigarette,
Yeah. So this will sell for, I'll probably list it for like $75 and it'll sell $55 to $75. Let's see.
I'm telling you guys, just wait till you see, seriously, the T-shirts that I have to share with you. I feel like this is a pretty good episode. We got some good stuff to share.
We do, right?
Yeah.
Paula says, white is great for showing off your undies. Yeah, those white stirrup pants, you can see the tag all the way through them. Like there's absolutely nothing.
No undies.
Yeah.
Tracy's going cleavage and camel toe all night long.
Yeah, that's I'm pretty sure that's what would be happening with that outfit for sure. You guys are funny. Okay, so this is actually a bins find as well. This is just this is like Y2K, probably like late 90s, early 2000s. Big jersey, Royal blunts. So Royal 95 does not mean the year. It's just Royal blunts, which is a brand of blunts. So
maybe that was like the year that they put their company together, or who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, so there's not a lot of Royal Blunts merchandise out there, but there's a similar one that sold for like, it's a baseball jersey instead of a football jersey, and it sold for like $75. I'm probably, again, this is a really good oversized jersey, and it's casual and it's in great shape. So actually, it's not in great shape. I'm just looking at it right now. I washed it, and there's a couple of marks on it. So maybe 75, 85. Bins find.
So, real quick, 5-day flipper. That's actually Barry, aka Afro Vintage, on Instagram. He wants to know if I could tell how it was to compete with the homies at the bins. I actually didn't find anything at the bins. And here's the thing: the bins, it's a relatively small space. I'm used to the ones back in Oregon, which are easily twice as big. And there were probably 10 bros there who probably are there every day. And I can't understand how there's even enough of good enough finds there to spread between 10 dudes all day, every day. I can't imagine they find more than a couple of
They work real hard for a lot of nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. They find some good stuff, I'm sure. But
I'm absolutely sure they find some good stuff sometimes. The only thing is, your time is worth money too. And, camping out at the bins when you're up against 10 other dudes and they're all buddies, they're all talking to each other. There's not a lot to spread around between the 10 of you. And I can't imagine being able to do that and make any kind of real living from it beyond just being a collector and maybe doing some trades. So yeah, not my scene anymore. I liked it back in my olden days when I would walk in the snow uphill to the bins. I didn't have a lot of competition. So,
all right, let me show my last few clothing items.
Okay.
So that you can show your stuff.
Okay.
And then I'll show some hard goods
okay.
Okay. So this was a find that I got in Portland. And we've talked about this before, little girls' pageant dresses and little kids' pageant dresses. But what I wanted to show you, it's got lots of layers and it's like this little fancy dress, toddler dress. It's for 12 months. But specifically what I wanted to show you is this brand. I paid $4 at a thrift store in Portland, but you want to keep your eye out for this particular brand, Martha's Miniatures. Martha's Miniatures, if you look at solds, Martha's Miniatures, this is going to tell you, you're going to see that this dress I paid $4 for. I'll probably sell it for about $150. But if it were bigger, if this were a bigger toddler size dress, a 3T or a 4T, I would sell it for like $300 to $400. They're super, super popular, this particular brand. And this is like 80s, early 90s. This is something that my daughter would have worn when she was little and did a couple of pageants. So definitely hang on to that.
Greg says when he goes to the Goodwill, he makes gasp noises while looking at the shirts to freak him out. I think that's pretty good.
All right. And then I've got two more kids items. This one I picked up at the bins yesterday. This is like super polyester 70s, 60s, early 70s. Just this cute little toddler dress. Bins find. I will list this for like $35 to $40. And also bins find, maybe paid $25 for this. If you wanted to go cottagecore for the toddler sect, vintage cottagecore. We've got some 80s little cottagecore for a little girl, which I think is adorable. And I will also list this for the $30 to $40 range.
There you go.
Let's see. So you saw the solds for the other items that I had picked up at the bins. And I'm just going to show two more items and then Katy can go. Katy found me this yesterday at Deseret as well. I've already washed this, so the tag is off, but I think it was $5. And this is just a Suzuki Racing Team fleece sweatshirt. And this should sell for like $75, and I paid $5. So Team Suzuki Racing. I've sold jackets in this brand before. With this type of stuff, it sells really well. I haven't looked it up or anything, but I'm just telling you that that's what I'll sell it for, is around $75.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you my last of the three super awesome finds from the bins last week. And I've already showed you the wedding Gunny Sacks dress that sold for $300. I showed you the blouse. I haven't shipped it out yet because these both sold on Friday. That's just to show that there's a little spot on it. By the way, that's my tape method. This blouse that sold for $130. That was also bins find. And I have one more. Ow. Which is the best of the three.
Now, this one, I remember you looking at it and you couldn't find a tag, so you weren't sure. And then you found the tag.
Yeah, so this is also Gunny Sacks. This is a Gunny Sacks maxi cottagecore dress.
From the bins.
From the bins. So I paid about $1 for it. When I pulled this out, I knew that this one was Gunny Sacks. I knew when I looked at it that it was Gunny Sacks. I knew the style. I was absolutely confident and would have sold it as Gunny Sacks. When you look at it, you can't see any tag in it. And then when I got it home and dug a little bit deeper, here's the tag with the paper tag.
Nice.
Hidden underneath. Now, this exact dress in this exact size has sold for $500 in the past. That is what I have it listed for right now.
Crazy.
So I expect that this one will sell for the $400 to $500 range as well. especially because it's a summer dress and it's something someone could wear right now.
How much did these sell back in the day? Like, what?
Well,
were they
Gunny
higher end?
Yeah, Gunny sacks, especially the Jessica McClintock's Gunny sack stuff. I know that my mom was too cheap to buy it for me, and we had some. I don't want to say we were poor. We were not poor. So I want to say that they were probably $40, $50, $60 dresses back then. So
that's pretty crazy though.
That's kind of expensive in the 70s and early 80s, especially for young women's clothing. So it was kind of designer, and it was super hot to have at the time. And I know that my mom was too cheap and wouldn't buy it for me. And now I'm too old and too big. I could never fit in that dress. I think I could fit one leg, maybe. But yeah, so those were my super fun finds at the bins for the last couple of weeks. And I have some hard goods to show you after. But first, Katy is going to show you.
I'll show you. So I'm going to show you a handful of T-shirts, and then Vicki's going to show the rest of her stuff. And then I'm going to show you my favorite collection of things that I scored at yesterday's Fits this week. A whole grip of dead stock, new with tags T-shirts, but I'm going to show those last because they're super, super cool, and I'm excited to share them. I'm not showing all the highlights of what I found because I'm probably not going to be sourcing this next week since I just went on Friday. Today's laundry day. Tomorrow I'm going to be taking pictures, so I'm set for a little bit. So I got to hold back some of my cool stuff I found for next week's show. Actually, we're not even going to have a show next week, so never mind. Forget about it, guys. Maybe I'll save it for the next one. But anyway, but I did get a whole bunch of stuff. I hadn't been there in a few weeks for any kind of big purchase, and so I spent about $1,000 this time around. Got filled up two IKEA bags chock full. So first up, I'm going to show this Big Dogs T-shirt. Now, I usually don't pick up Big Dogs. I found, I used to buy them, but I found that they don't really sell for all that much.
Generally not worth picking up.
But depending on what the graphic is, I will grab something. Now, this is dead stock. This is new with tags from the 90s. This print you can still buy on the Big Dogs website, but you're going to get it on a crappy modern T-shirt because they're not using the best quality stuff. But this is from 1998. It's super awesome. And it has on the back Jerry Springer Spaniel. And it says, "Wow, folks, the fur's flying tonight." And this is, of course, a little parody of the Jerry Springer show. It's awesome. It's hilarious. Again, you can buy this for like $18 on the Big Dogs website now. But this is from the original, probably run of it in 1998. I paid like $15 for it at yesterday's Fits. Maybe I'll try it. I'm going to probably price it like $100 because I think it's awesome and hilarious. And
it's clearly it's a Big Dog's big size too.
Yeah, and because it's from the 90s, they just make better quality shirts there overall for the kind of shirts that you're going to pick up compared to the ones these days, unless you get like a nicer one that comes from a nicer company that's putting a little bit more money into their stuff. All right. These next two shirts, I picked up when I saw the first one. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I'm like, there's a special kind of person who's going to be wearing these shirts, but probably the same people that would have worn the Big Johnson T-shirts back in the 90s, which, by the way, I told Jesse if another one ever comes through his store, he needs to save it for me because I don't know where all those Big Johnson T-shirts went. I guess a lot of parents burn their kids' clothing. But this probably is right there along with
I just remember being in high school in the 90s.
All the boys wore those
and they would
shirts
try to
in
wear
high
them,
school.
and they would have to turn them inside out because they'd walk into school, and in the 90s, the principal or the teacher, as soon as someone caught on to whatever the hell was on their shirt.
So many of those shirts were made in the 90s.
After they had already walked the hallway and everyone had laughed and high-fived and joked about it, then they would be told to go home and change or turn the shirt inside out.
So, but I can never find those shirts. So anyway, so this is kind of along the same lines, very risque, very inappropriate, but I still feel like I should be able to sell these for a minimum of $100 each. I paid $30 each on the front. You can see they call it a mullet, or the reseller boys call it a mullet when it's a little one in the front. In the front, big one in the back. But
Party
it says
in the back.
Sex wear. This is from the 1990s. It's on an all sport tag. Made in the USA. Sorry, it's not focusing on that. The lighting's not very good. But anyway, this is the highly inappropriate back. And it says on the guy's shirt, sex wear. And of course, there's some naughty business going on right there. I paid $30.
I just like his really bad 90s haircut.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He had that mushroom haircut.
Yep. But I will sell this for at least $100. I'll probably price them for $200 and hope to get at least $100. But these are going to be great Instagram posts. And then the other one, this one's even better. Again, it's got the sex wear on the front. And this one actually, I think, does this have a date? No, but it's still on the same all sport tag. And this one is the guy on a motorcycle with
the mushroom haircut.
Also not quite as bad of a mushroom haircut, but again, highly inappropriate. But I definitely could have seen guys in high school trying to get away with wearing this t-shirt. So yeah, I paid $30 each for these single stitch 90s t-shirts. A really nice wear going on. But I will price both of these for $200 each and hope to get at least $100. So we'll see. All right, next up. This one is just a really cool graphic. I've actually sold this Bone Man. I've sold, there was a white one I sold, and the guy was on a skateboard, I believe, on the back. But it says Bone Man. It says really nice even fade. I think I paid like $25 for this one. It's got single stitch, but the graphic on the back is super cool. I love this. It's a bowling shirt, but it's got the skulls. All the pins are skulls. The ball's a skull. This is from 1996, and it's single stitch on the sleeves, double stitch on the bottom. But just, again, an awesome fade. I like the bowler guy in the back. Of course, he's a skeleton as well. Just a really, really cool graphic. Nice big graphic on the back. I will try to sell this one for $100 as well. I'll probably list this one for $200. Try to get $100.
You keep wiggling, and it's making the thing.
Sorry. My apologies.
Okay.
No wiggling. No wiggling.
It made everything blurry because the poor camera was trying to focus.
All right, last one I'll show and then go back to Vikki before I show you my favorite part of my haul. This is a sweatshirt. A guy came into the shop, an older guy came into the shop while I was there, and he brought this in, and I'm over off the side going like this, watching what's going on. Jesse asks him how much he wants for it, and I hear him say $30, and Jesse goes, okay, gives him $30. And then I turn around and immediately pay $100 for it. So Jesse made $70 in about 2 minutes. But this is a Denver Broncos starter sweatshirt. Really, really cool. It's got just the way it's made is really cool. It's like this separate fabric on the little horse right here, but it also has that raised kind of puffy print right here. So starter. The back of it's awesome. It's got the mountains. Again, it says starter and it says mile high. This sweatshirt has sold in this last year. It's sold a couple of times for $200. There's one listed right now for $150, and some of the ones that have sold and the one that's listed right now are not the greatest condition. This one's in much better condition. They're stained, they're cracking. This one's not.
So you're going to list it for?
I'll probably list it for $300, and I hope that I eventually get at least $200. But I anticipate this one selling on Etsy for like $250. But just a really cool sweatshirt, and plus the ones that have sold and the one that's listed right now are not in the proper category. They have them they all have had them listed just under sweatshirts activewear, not under NFL. So somebody, in order to find this, would have to literally search Denver Broncos starter sweatshirt in order to have theirs come up, because if they just search Denver Broncos sweatshirt, it's automatically going to pre-filter it down to just the NFL thing, and then nobody will see it. So that's a huge mistake. But anyway, I'm going to sell this for at least $200, at least double my money. Plus, it's a super sweet sweatshirt that's just freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Why don't you show us your hard goods?
So there's not a ton, but I probably need your help lifting this.
Okay, what do you want to do first?
Let's do this one first.
Okay, go.
What? Where do you want me to go?
No, stay there, but just quick grab it.
So this is with this is a Savers buy. This is a Yakima bike rack that holds 3 bikes. This is vintage from 1999 to 2000. It is new in the box. Nothing in there has been used, and all the pieces are in there. The box is in shit condition. I got this at 50% off day at Savers, so I paid $7.50 for this.
Crazy.
It should sell for a minimum of $150 plus shipping. So that was pretty cool. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
And then next, if you want to lift the other big thing, and then I'll take the stuff out of it.
I'm going to lift it first.
This is from the bins yesterday.
I scouted it.
So they actually priced it not by the pound. When you have big items, they will price them individually.
Why making me lift it with stuff inside?
So I paid $2.99 for this vintage mid-century avocado green hamper, clothing hamper. This particular hamper, it's got the little mid-century starburst, even though this avocado green is way more 70s than 50s and 60s. So it's not quite, it's on the cusp of like mid-century modern versus just mid-century. But this is in great condition with the brass accent. And unfortunately, it's got one little broken spoke on the starburst. But this should still sell for at least $100 plus $50 or $60 in shipping.
But open it.
Well, okay.
Well, just so I can see. It's in great condition.
It's in great condition inside, and then it's actually lined in plastic on the inside. It's in great shape. It's not super heavy, as Katy. It has stuff in it. That's why Katy's
filled it with stuff.
I filled it with stuff to bring upstairs. The loft where we do this show is on the second story, so Katy's office is second floor. Okay, bins buy. I sold these in black for $95 just a couple of months ago. These are Ugg boots. I got these from the bins, so I paid about $30 for these. I'll shine them up just a little bit. They're suede and leather. And if they were my size, I would have kept them because I almost kept the black ones because they're the only Uggs I've ever actually liked. But they are the Sherpa lined, and these are brown. So about $3. And those will sell for, $75, $80 or so. Now this pair of shoes, I think, are dead stock. Also at the bins. And mind you, this is not new. They were out all morning by the time I had gotten there. So these I paid by the pound for at the bin. So about $2 yesterday. These I've talked about before because I've actually sold this exact pair more than once. So these are Converse All-Star, but they're John Vivardos. So they have this funky studs on the side. They're black. They're leather. They have this bottom, which looks brand new. This is why I think they're dead stock. There's absolutely no wear on these at all on the bottom. And what you'll see is that, I'm trying to get this to focus a little bit, the light has it blown out a little bit. It shows as though, like you can look and see that it's got a little bit of wear on it. It looks dirty. It looks dirty. That's the style design. These particular ones from Converse are made to look like the white has some like gray and black streaking on it. There's nothing to clean up on these. They're supposed to look like that. They're supposed to look like there's gray on the edges. They kind of make them look a little bit beat up. That's the style. So these John Vivardos ones are in a great size. So I paid about $2 for these. These will sell for at least $100.
Crazy.
In this size. And you know that they're John Vivardos because they're marked that way. So let's see if you can see the inside here to show you. Converse X, John Vivardos. They're also immaculate inside and out. So, I mean, I will probably list them as new without box. There's just absolutely no wear on the, that sole gets dirty very quickly, this clear sole. And they're supposed to be fit. Thank you. It's probably Melissa, factory distress. That's exactly the way it's supposed to look. With that, it looks like somebody took it and rubbed it with like a gray pencil or graphite.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I paid. This was a really good one. This paid for almost all of my sourcing yesterday. One find, and they sell quickly because there's not very many of them anymore. They don't make them anymore. That they're like the style was like 6 or 8 years ago.
I pulled everything out.
Oh, okay. Another bins find. So I paid maybe $0.25 for this. This is a 1980s made in Korea starter, Oakland Athletics vintage hat. It was filthy. It was very yellow, had very yellow sweat stains. I did scrub it, clean it, throw it through the washing machine yesterday in the little hat rack type of case. It's a little bit mushed. So because it's not perfect, I probably won't get top price for it, but I think I can get at least $75 for it. It is a pinstripe. It's a vintage starter. It has the tag inside that says it's made in Korea. And now that it's clean, I think I can easily get about $75 for it. What else?
This that I scored for you.
Yeah,
I'm a good scout.
Katy is a good scout. She's always fun to take, even if she's not going to find stuff for herself. And because she's so picky with her inventory, she rarely does find stuff for herself when we shop. So she's a good scout for me. So vintage 1990s Disney Hunchback of Notre Dame, faux leather. It is Disney. There's a Disney tag inside. Backpack purse. This is more like a purse than an actual backpack. It's just an oversized purse, which was really popular in the 90s, the backpack style, which has come back. So Hunchback of Notre Dame is definitely a 90s Disney movie. It's not quite as popular as, Lion King and whatnot, but that's that same era as far as the, nostalgia happening right now. So there are none listed. I haven't been able to find any at all. I was able to find a fanny pack that someone has listed on Poshmark with that same logo in the faux leather. They have it listed for like $75, but I haven't been able to find anything sold yet. I'll probably do a little bit more research, but I'll price it high. I'm going to price it over $100.
Nice.
And again, another bin's find. So that's what I've got for you this week. I'm done.
Right. So I was out looking through the racks at yesterday's fits, and I saw a couple of these dead stock T-shirts. And then Jesse's like, "Oh yeah, I actually got a bunch of those." And so I found all of them, took all of them, and then he's like, "Yeah, I actually have some more upstairs. Next time you're here, I'll look for them when I'm up there. And next time you're here, you can see them." And I'm like, "Next time? No, let's go find them now." And so he was nice and took me upstairs. I didn't really demand it like that, but I did beg. And he had listed a couple of them on eBay, and then he had some more that were hidden away. And I think I ended up with like 16 altogether. And usually, like, I just pull all the stuff that I want, and he like keeps a tab of all the prices and everything that I pay all at once. But I think I paid probably around $300, $350 for all of these. But there are, I think, 16 of them. Now, some of them are kid sizes. First of all, some of them are made.
So you paid about $20, $22 each.
Yeah, $22 to $30 a piece. I can't remember exactly how much it all is. Anyway, some of them are actually kid sizes, and then of course, because they're vintage and most of them are from the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. Because they are that old, the sizing is much smaller. So most of them are smaller sizes, and some are actually kid sizes, which is a little sad. But I could not pass them up. These all have their tags, their Kmart tags. They're all priced at like $3.47. The ones from the 70s, some of them are attached with pins, like straight pins, which is really weird. And but I couldn't pass them up, guys. So I'm just going to go through all of these again.
If these were all adult sizes, oh my God.
Yeah. So 70s, late 70s, early 80s, dead stock, Kmart, iron-on tees. They're amazing. I'm just going to start with one of my favorites. I wish it wasn't a kid size, but seriously, somebody's going to have a really fly-looking kid. Look at this. Queen. This is from like let's see what it says on here. 1979, the year I
had
born.
an R2-D2 and C-3PO iron-on T-shirt in this color that had that. It probably came from Kmart. That had the same glitter edge graphic on it. I swear, it looked very similar to this. When you pulled this out, that was first thing I had a flashback when I was a kid.
Britt says you passed them up, but Britt, I was there before you. Were there more there? Maybe there were. I thought I got them all. Anyway, you can see the little Kmart tag, and it says $347. I don't know which ones you saw. Tell me which ones I missed, and I'll hit up Jesse and tell him to get them for me. You can see that's what the tags back in the 70s looked like. A lot of times they didn't even have any kind of brand on them. You'll see like an RN number, but you won't see any kind of brand because it just wasn't really that important for these kinds of T-shirts. So pretty cool. All right, here, I'm gonna
give them to me.
Give them to you. Next up, we have Flash Gordon. This one actually is an adult size.
Listen, is Tommy in the chat, by the way? I'm telling you, tell me after we're through here if there is a theme to all of these T-shirts. I'm just asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Britt says he saw them a while ago. So this one says, this one's on a DevNet tag. And this one I think is from 19... I don't see the date on it. But
doesn't matter.
Same time. Anyway, this one's size.
This was an adult
medium,
size.
but it actually is a decent size medium. Flash Gordon. Again, it's got that Kmart tag, and it says $397. This one I'm really sad is a kid size because, I mean, this one's just amazing. But this is a Blues Brothers. And again, it's on that plain tag. And this one, I think, is from the 70s, but I don't see a date on it. Oh, 1979. Seriously, all dead stock, all with the tags. Somebody's going to have some really cool looking, awesomely dressed kids.
If I thought my nephew or my niece or my grandparents, my niece and nephew would actually wear this type of clothing, I'd be all over these for them.
Yeah. Britt says he's going to be depressed if they sell well, and he's just over small vintage shirts. For the most part, I don't buy kid stuff, but I'm a sucker when it's anything to do with movie or TV or music. It's like I can't help it. I can't.
Yep. Teresa says Topanga needs some shirts for her kids. It's true. Topanga's husband is one of Katie's customers.
No, she's the one that bought for me.
That's right.
For him. All right, let me cut this off real quick because it's hanging down and driving me crazy. All right, somebody tell me who the heck, I haven't looked it up or anything, who the heck Donna Fargo is, because seriously.
I'm assuming she's a singer or something.
And this is one of the ones, this is a medium. It's a decent sized medium, but somebody tell me who that is. So there you go. Put it over there. This one is also adult size, although it's very, very tiny, but I could see a very slim girl wearing this. And this one is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. This is from the 70s. I think so. I think this one will do really well. But I love these.
Oh, Debbie's in the chat. Debbie, you're never in the chat.
Tags.
Thanks for watching,
Country
sweetie.
singer. Okay.
She's a country singer.
There you go.
Okay.
Here's another adult size one. And this one's actually an extra large, which means it's probably like a medium to large.
I don't like Tom Petty. He's so whiny.
And this one.
Well, he's dead now, but
Village People, guys. Again, this one, you could have bought this at Kmart for $3.97 back in the day.
Macho
Man. And this one, I don't see a date on it, but I'm sure it's there somewhere.
Macho
But
Man.
Village People, this was an XL, which maybe is a large modern sizes. This is one of my favorites right here. Also adult size medium, probably more like a small. But guys, come on. Superman 2. Best part about Superman 2 is the little kid who falls into Niagara Falls, just like I fell off the back of the trailer and busted my head open when I was a kid. Superman 2, very, very cool. Love it. Can't wait.
Oh, he was so handsome then too.
Very nice, very nice.
Christopher Reeve pre death.
Yeah.
Pre wheelchair accident.
Dana says my entire 70s childhood is flashing before my eyes.
Seriously,
Yep.
I know.
Yep. All right, next up, here's another kid-sized one. I'm very sad this one's kid-sized, but this one is Steve Martin, Wild and Crazy Guy. This is Steve Martin, more to like stand-up
How
t-shirt.
fun would this be for a little boy?
Yeah, it's pretty cute, but come on, Steve Martin t-shirt from the 70s. Very, very cool, but it is a kid-sized one. This one is another kid-sized one, although a very small girl could wear this for sure.
I think that's a adult small.
No, it's not. It says large 14, 16.
I know. It could fit an adult small.
Oh, yes. This was Journey. 70s Journey
I mean,
t-shirt.
and this is like early Journey.
Yeah.
This is like real early Journey.
Steve's got some sweet hair there.
Look at that nose. Look at that profile with the nose.
Greg says, all I need is an Orange Julius to complete this flashback. Guys, I still have more to go. We still got more to go.
Couple more.
A few more. Next up, we've got Rod Stewart. This one is a kid's large. Again, I can probably list this as a small, extra small. Again, all of these dead stock,
Blondes
new with
have
tags,
more fun.
Kmart, iron-ons, late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, I don't know. Teresa says some Earth shoes. You know what I'm thinking works with these? What were those clogs? The wooden clogs. Dr. Scholl's.
Yeah.
Dr. Scholl's
some
wooden
wedges.
strappy clogs. That's what goes with these.
Some wedges.
And some slim-fitting bell-bottom jeans.
That was from 1979.
Yes, that was Neil Sean's Fu Manchu mustache.
This is another kid's large, maybe adult extra small. This is the $6 Million Man.
Pew, 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 pew.
There you go.
Corduroy OP shorts. Yes, Jacob.
Here is another kids large or maybe adult extra small. And we've got Donna
So has
Summer.
anybody sensed the theme here? Is it just me?
Well, there were a few that she thought were like perfect, like queer pride shirts.
80s guy, gay icon, singers, actors, characters. Yes.
All right. Next up, we have this one is just says medium. That's very tiny. This is a Clash of the Titans. This should be like 1981. Clash of the Titans Andromeda t-shirt right here. So there we go.
That one's a little obscure.
Whatever.
It
Clash of the Titans, man.
Well, yeah, but now Clash of the Titans, people are not.
Remember Clash of the Titans? Remember the skeletons going to war? I mean, come on. Speaking of which, we've got Perseus from Clash of the Titans.
That one's tiny. That's so cute.
It's super tiny. Yeah, this one's like a large 6. This one's super tiny, but look how cute it is. Look how cute it is. People can put these on their dogs or their children.
Their dogs or their children.
Yeah. All right. Next up, this is Shanana Grease for Peace. I bet Dana will like this one. Look at it. Grease for Peace.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
And this one, it says medium, but it's very tiny. It's very tiny. Shanana.
Seriously, I'm old singing the Shanana theme song there.
All right, and here's I'm gonna go out with a bang here because this one is an adult large, maybe more like a medium, but adult large, guys. And this one's pretty cool. Check it out. JR, guys. Come on. JR.
Who killed JR?
As played by Larry Hagman. And, of course, that's from Dallas, right?
Yes.
JR there. JR Ewing. But this, again, these are all dead stock. New with tags. Kmart tags. Pretty much all of them are like $3.97 or $3.47 a piece. Original price. Iron-on t-shirts. They're freaking amazing. I paid probably around $350 for all of them. I got 16 of them here. And they're awesome. And yes, the tiny ones are going to take a while to sell for sure. But I'm going to make some good money. And I could not pass up all this magic. Okay?
They really are awesome. I don't know who had where these were stored or how they ended up coming into yesterday's fits. But that's probably some of my favorite stuff that you've had.
I will say they all had old clearance tags on them. Like, again, these were so old that like when I went to pull the clearance tags off, they just went boing because they're like hard as a rock, boing, and came right off. So probably, somebody just bought out like a bunch of clearance stuff and then just stashed it away somewhere. So I think those are pretty cool. Anyway, that's it, guys. And again, we will not have a show next Sunday because we are going to be in California. Mm-hmm. But please,
we are going to be winoing it up at Wine Country.
Yeah, but if you haven't already, please make sure that you go to the resellerremix.com website that's linked down below and put your name, your email address in so you can get information. If you do it right now or very soon from now, the automated email that's going to come back to you is going to have the wrong date on it. And I apologize, but the website itself has the correct date. I'm going to go fix the automated email so it has the correct date on it. Completely forgot about that. But make sure you do that. And we are going to be coming out with more information soon. And the goal is to have tickets go on sale the morning of July 1st. So please, you want to be paying attention for that because we do think maybe they won't sell out the same day, but we do think that they're going to sell out relatively quickly.
I think they're going to. I think they'll sell out within a week. So you want to be on top of it. And obviously, we're going to have the tickets go on sale July 1st so that you have enough time to book your airfare, book your hotel. We will create a. I think we're going to put this on the website and create a Facebook group for attendees.
Yeah, we'll do that for sure.
So that we can go in there and you guys can all chat in case anyone wants to carpool or anyone wants to share a room or meet new stranger friends. And we can share information more readily than we can on a website. I think adding you guys to a Facebook group, we won't add you automatically, but we will allow you to click and add yourself to a Facebook group. if you go and buy a ticket, so that you'll know.
Yeah.
We can keep more up to date with more information.
Yep.
We'll add a link right on the website.
Yeah, so listen up. We're not going to have a show this next week, but we'll probably do a show the following Wednesday for to talk specifically about this event. And basically, let me look at I'm going to go ahead and look at the calendar here real quick. So yeah, because the following Wednesday is going to be the 30th, okay, and the first is going to be the Thursday after that. So we will do a show Wednesday the 30th, our Wednesday show. So we do it at 9 a.m. now. So be on the lookout for that. We'll put the link out, and we will do a live show to talk more about this event, because the tickets will be going on sale the next morning if everything goes smoothly in the way we want it to over the next week or so. So be on the lookout for more information. Again, no show next Sunday. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
This was a longer than usual show, maybe about 15 minutes longer than usual. For those of you that are new to our channel, we generally do one show a week. We do it live. We are lazy. We don't like to edit. We do not have these slick and manufactured videos like some resellers do. And God love them, the ones that do. They're very nice. We are just too lazy to do that. So
we're not lazy. We put our
minutes.
energy into other things. We are hardworking.
We sell.
But there's certain things that we pass up on, like, I don't know, wearing pants. Right now I'm wearing pajama bottoms, okay? It's not about being lazy. It's about being comfortable and getting shit done. So, listen.
We're lazy YouTubers.
We're lazy YouTubers. There you go. But we will talk to you guys later, and we appreciate you. Go out and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Make sure you got sales running for Prime Day, which is tomorrow and Tuesday. People are going to be buying stuff online. They may or may not shop at eBay or other platforms, but at least make sure you've got some sort of sale going.
Hit the thumbs up on your way out, because we've had our 2 super fans that have already come in and hit the thumbs down. So
one of them was me, but you know.
And we'll see you soon. Have a great week.
Bye.